Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. And I know that some of y'all are tiring of this situation with the South Africans, with this little singer, Tyla. But they keep coming on social media platforms still fighting over Tyler when the thing has been resolved. Well, I think Black Americans should take a victory lap because it shows where we are in relation to where some other people are. For instance, if a Black American singer went to South Africa and did something or said something that the South Africans found offensive, and they decided they just were not going to support that artist. How do you think Black Americans would behave? Do you think that Black Americans would get on social media platforms and start saying every offensive and insulting thing they could think to say to the South African people? Or would Black Americans say, well, I understand. They offended them or they made them mad. So you need to tighten up your program. How do you think Black Americans would respond if it was somebody that we liked, went to South Africa, and said or did something that the South Africans found insensitive or offensive? Would we then turn around and beat up on the South Africans? Or would we acknowledge that that singer had done something that the South Africans found unpleasant? You tell me in the comment section how you think Black Americans would behave if the situation were reversed. You know that I'm on TikTok, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Twitter, so I go to all of the social media platforms. And the South Africans are still having meltdowns over Tyler. A conclusion that I have drawn in all of this is that the South Africans need more representation in the music industry. You know, they're all rallying around this one little person, and she's supposed to hold up for South Africa. And somehow Black Americans are supposed to go along with this and view her in the same way that they do. So they are proving themselves to be very unsophisticated people because nobody is required to like you. Nobody is required to like your music. And nobody is required to spend their money on music or on people that they don't like. And that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It means that you are exercising your right to do what you want to do with your money and with your time and with your support. And that is the American way. We have freedom of choice in this country. But I want y'all to listen to this.
African Americans or Black Americans have to be the most hateful and self-destructive diaspora of Black people in the world. Are we even surprised by the way they're treating Tyler? We shouldn't be. These people project hatred through various forms of media and self-destruction within their own communities. They are currently responsible for the most murders within the African American community in the USA. In fact, African Americans are responsible for most of the murders that take place in the USA currently. We should not be surprised by these people and their attitude towards Tyler.
Now, just to put a question mark at the end of his observations, why would they even want Tyler to be associated with people that are so awful? Those Black Americans are just awful. We're the worst people on the face of the earth. So why would you want somebody that you clearly think is important to be associated with that group of people? It would seem to me that you would be glad for her not to be associated with those Black Americans.
The way Tyler is so proudly African, it irritates the spirit of Black Americans.
She's not proud of being African. She's proud of being colored. And she's proud to be colored in South Africa because clearly she is not white. But being colored puts her above the Black South Africans. And that is the problem that Black Americans have with this heifer. And so, you know, she's not proud to be African. She's proud to be colored. Let's get that straight. Furthermore, we have seen proud South Africans before. Nelson Mandela was a proud South African. Bishop Tutu was a proud South African. Jonathan Butler is a proud South African. Hugh Masekela was a proud South African. So you can say that bullshit.
It irritates the fundamental makeup of their being, because in Tyla's presence they begin to question their own heritage and where they come from, where their language comes from. The only language they know is English. They know nothing of their native languages.
They go down that rabbit hole every time. They think it's a flex to be talking about we don't know where we come from. Yes, we do. And speaking English is perfectly fine. That's what he's speaking. He's speaking English. And of all those tribes and languages in South Africa, any important business transaction, whether it's government, business, or media, is done in English. So why should we be ashamed of speaking English when his ass is speaking English?
They have been stripped of their roots. That's why they are so chaotic. These are the richest blacks in the world. Yet they are the most hateful, racist, and xenophobic blacks in the entire world. We should not be surprised by how black Americans or African Americans act towards other people.
These Africans and black Brits keep saying that black Americans have main character syndrome. But when you make black Americans the main character and then blame them for main character syndrome, the real problem is on you. This man is having a complete meltdown because black Americans made a decision about whose music they wanted to support and why. These people are backwards and they don't realize that they're doing more harm to Tyler than good. But again, this is a win for black Americans because here again, it shows that there's influence in black America because I have suggested that they might try marketing her to white people, but they really need to get on it because white people don't like to be second fiddle to anybody. And if they think black Americans are difficult, just wait till they go over there trying to deal with white Americans. I think they're going to have an even bigger problem because by now they're going to see that little arrogance that she has and how her fans behave when people don't give her whatever it is they think she deserves. They might want to try their hand with white America, but they need to try to learn from this experience. But anyway, black Americans, I think that it's good when people show the influence that we have. And I don't even listen to this garbage music, but I still like doing these videos. So, anyway, let me know what you think. Have a good day.